I'm Anna Sparks. I own a health and performance coaching company called Sparks Systems. I am a metabolic efficiency training specialist with a master's degree in exercise physiology. I was introduced to the product many years ago when I was racing professionally as a cyclist. And I was using the product when we were doing stage races. So it was to help me with buffering lactic acid accumulation, and we were doing multiple day races. So I needed something that would really help flush that lactic acid so I wouldn't have that soreness, and I was able to perform better day after day after day. And I will tell you that it was a product that I believed in 100%. I ended up getting a lot of my teammates on the product as well. And it was something that helped me come out. I felt like I was the rider that got stronger as the stage race went on because I was able to recover much more quickly than anyone else. So I actually ended up reconnecting with Jason. He actually had no idea that I had any background with the product at all, and just came to me and said, we have these great products, and we'd like to actually do some testing on those products to basically use the science in order to back what our claims are, because we know what this product does, but we really want to use the science to show that. Going along the premise of if you can measure it, you can make it better. And so what we ended up doing is Jason approached me and said, we want to do some testing with 3 different types of clients, types of customers. So what we did, we set up a research project with Jason that he would come in and do the testing. And so that testing, we did a resting metabolic test and an active metabolic test. And the active metabolic test, we took him all the way to his VO2 max. After we finished his first round of testing, Jason actually went back on the products that he was taking before, which were the Essentials, the Immune Boost, and the Omega. And then we retested him after 14 days. And we actually saw a massive increase in his VO2 even after that short amount of time. Now, understand, he didn't do any activity. He didn't change up any of his activity that he was doing. The only difference was he added back in those supplements. And then the second client that we tested was a gentleman that was 81 years old. And Craig came in and he was a total firecracker. I mean, so much fun and full of energy. He had never taken any of the Xendurance products before. He came in, we actually took him through the same testing that we did Jason. So we started out with that resting metabolic test, then took him into that active metabolic test all the way to his VO2 max. And he crushed it. He did incredible. Then we put him on the Essentials, the Immune Boost, the Omega. And then we retested him 14 days later. And again, we saw the same type of increase that we saw with Jason. And again, he did no more exercise. He stuck to his normal daily activities. So the only difference was the introduction of the supplements. The third gal that we tested, Jerry, she was an ex-athlete, a mom of 2, a geologist. She is like this super crazy intelligent woman, and she actually is just really looking for longevity. She said, I know that I'm getting older. Jerry is 48 years old. And so she's super, super busy. She was like, I'd be interested in looking into the Xendurance products, in that I just need something that when I don't have the time to go and exercise, that I still know I'm doing something really good for my body and doing something really good for combating that oxidative stress that I'm building up, and that I can really use it in combination with a good high quality daily nutrition and have the supplements just to enhance that daily nutrition if I'm not going to have the time to go and exercise a ton. So same kind of thing. Jerry came in, she did a resting metabolic test, an active metabolic test. We took her all the way to her VO2 max. We did the same thing that we did with Jason and Craig. We put her on the Immune Boost, the Essentials, and the Omega. And then we retested her again 14 days later, and we saw the same exact results that we saw with the other 2, with having that increase in that VO2 max too, even just after 14 days of really doing no exercise or activity. So the testing that we did, there's no way to fake those results. If someone actually wanted to go in and find out how well their heart and lungs work together, they would do a cardiopulmonary stress test. And that's exactly what we did with all 3 of the clients that came in and tested. Our ultimate goal for everybody is longevity. But what is longevity? Longevity is going to be health span plus lifespan. So health span is going to be how healthy are you, how high quality are the years, and then lifespan is actually going to be the number of years you live. So when you put those two together, you get longevity. The four main causes of death are going to be neurodegenerative disease, cardiovascular disease, cancer, and then accidental deaths. Everybody is going to eventually get one of these diseases. But what we're doing right now by pulling the right levers early on, we will delay the time in which we ever develop any of those diseases, which actually equals longevity, right? And that's the key. That is what we are looking for in life. So if there is something that you can do right now that is going to delay the time in which you ever get disease, that equals health, that equals longevity. And so that's what we're doing here with these products. We are trying to just give people another tool in their tool belt in order to delay the time in which they ever get disease. What our testing and the science is now showing is that Essential is actually delaying the time in which people would develop disease. And who doesn't want that? Who doesn't want to live a long, healthy life? If I could take something on a daily basis that would help me delay the time in which I was going to actually get disease, I'd do it in a heartbeat.